Hello everyone. Today I'm unpacking my PAB Blaster. It's PAB Blaster, made by Pickard Artistic Blasting. I wanted to get into etching, glass etching and mirrors and just little stuff. And I already have one of the Pache remote air erasers, and then I had their larger version. And then there's a couple on eBay that I didn't even bother looking at. But they're so small, or at least they're made for surface etching. They do a great job for that, but they only handle about 180 to 220 grit, and you can't really get any depth or cutting with them. Even Pache says that 220 is about as high as you could, or as low as you should go, though I was running 180 through mine. Anyway, I'm a newbie at all this. It's something I just wanted to try, and I wanted a good system, and so I did some research on the net and came across this one. Of course, there's the bigger ones with the whole cabinets and everything, but this was just a little bit in more of my price range for what I wanted to pay for a hobby. Like I said, I'm a newbie. I'm still learning all this, but I thought I would go over it just in case someone was interested. I know they do have a couple demos on their site at www.pabblaster.com, and but they're sort of old and they don't show the actual unit itself, so I thought I would go ahead and do that and show you everything that came in the package. First, obviously, is the blaster itself that you see sitting there in front of you, red tank. I believe it holds around 40 pounds of abrasive. The blue tank on the side is the water trap. And then off to the right, these are all the accessories that came with the one that I ordered. Now I have a Model E, and there is a Model B and D, but the Model E is the largest of all three of their models. And the Model E, which is what I have, you have the option to get two guns, which I did, or you can just get one and save yourself a little bit of money. The one on the left is the 1/4 inch gun, and the one on the right is an 1/8 inch gun. You can tell by the size of the tubing, basically, I mean, for a quick reference. And then it came with the regulator there to the left, and the dome-shaped thing is actually the fill funnel that fits on top of the pot when you go to fill it. Comes with some documentation, a DVD on how to maintain the guns and the system. And then up there in the top left, you see a little envelope with some red parts, and those are repair parts for the guns. Now the guns don't go bad, but what happens is, since they're using that rubber tubing, they can get wore out. So what you have to do is loosen up the tip, pull them out, and then snip off maybe an inch or so, and then you use those compression rings in the bag and put them back on and pull the tubing back through and put on the tip. That's about all the maintenance you have to do. But you have to sort of watch it, because in their DVD they do show one instant where someone wasn't paying attention and sand was bleeding out through the tube inside the gun, and it basically ate the inside of the gun away. So it's probably something you want to check on after a period of use. The next thing will be, I'll show you, is actually the blaster itself. It's got a nice little carrying handle. All the models they make are portable. So if you're doing road shows or going out to a business to actually do the work, it's pretty easy to move around. The one thing they do caution you about is that if you do pick it up and you slam it down, you have the possibility of packing the abrasive. And if that's the case, then what you do is you just depressurize it, roll it on its side, pressurize it again, and then blast the guns a couple times so you get the abrasive flowing again. This in the back right here is the release valve. It's rated at 75 psi, though the tank is, they only recommend you going up as high as 60 psi. And if you're going from a higher pressure to a lower pressure, what they recommend is that you pop the valve, release all the air, and then ramp it back on up to the pressure that you want. They said if you don't do that, there's a possibility that you could force abrasive back into the regulator and causing it not to work. Like I said, this system, this is the fill valve, which if you pull that off and then take the funnel, it's threaded and it just threads on the top there, and then you pull it back off and put the top on. And it's pretty simple, self-explanatory. The next thing I said, it comes with two guns, and you can get one if you want. And the left and right valves up here are the abrasive flow that you use for adjusting how much abrasive you want coming out. They come set at 120 grit, though, and that's probably what I'm going to run through mine at this time, though I have 180 and 220. But PAB says that 120 should do about everything that I want with being able to vary the pressure and the flow of abrasive. Plus, with the control of the gun, I should be able to do everything. So we're going to give that a shot once I get it hooked up. So you would make your adjustments here, and then at the bottom, you can see the 2 outlet ports there, and you hook your 2 guns up there if you have 2, and if not, you can cap one of them off and what you call it, just use the 1 gun. Most likely, I will go ahead and hook up both of them just to play around and see what the differences between the 2 guns are. They also make a small little pen gun that goes, you can purchase with this, which would give you 3 guns total. Though PAB says the 1/8 will actually do the same thing that the pen gun will, but I sort of like the pen feel, so I may eventually pick it up. They also have spare repair parts on their site, so which are not that many. Like I said, you can get additional hose if you want to for both the 1/8 and the 1/4. Or 1/4 inch, and you can also get additional tips, and you can get some more of the compression rings if you need to. Like I said, overall it's a nice system. I guess it's a little bit pricey depending on how you look at it, but compared to everything else that I've seen, some of the larger all-in-one cabinet with the air or the recovery systems for the abrasive and then the guns and everything, it wasn't too bad. I didn't think so. And I wanted to get top of the line, or at least the largest model, because most of my hobbies do go full blown. I end up getting into them deeper. So I've got a cabinet that I'm going to use this in, and I'm titling this the #1 video. Hopefully there will be a couple, 2, 3, and 4 to follow after, demonstrating how well the gun works. Again, it looks like it's a pretty nice system, and I'm hoping anyone who's looked at it now has got a close-up view of what it looks like and what its functions are, and some of the things you have to sort of watch out for as far as maintenance, and like I said, with the compaction of the abrasive material. So I really am looking forward to using it. And again, if you want more information, www.pablaster.com. I sent them tons of emails prior to buying the system, and they were very helpful, answering all my questions. And a lot of my questions I thought were quite stupid, and they kept on telling me, no, they're basically the old cliche, there is no such thing as a stupid question, but they were very patient with me and answered everything in full, gave me great detail. So they're wonderful people to work with, and I highly recommend them. I said their other systems are a little bit smaller, might suit your needs. Really, the small one probably would have done me fine, but like I said, I normally go big because most of my hobbies go full blown after a while. So again, hope this helps somebody, and look out for another video later on.